follow, two beautiful young ladies in speaking as they do. I'll make this brief. I just got through spending a couple of days in California. And I made sure I went to the Reagan Library. And if you haven't been there, you need to go there. It is awesome. But you have to sort of go back every once in a while to just remember how it used to be. There was Reagan, and of course, remember he said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear this wall down. Now, he said that. Did Gorbachev do that? No. Did he do that right the next day? Of course not. But with strength, he wound up doing what? That wall was torn down in President Bush's administration. But we needed that. Remember where we were? The weakness. Remember Gaddafi over there going after, saying this, doing that, going after our planes that are in international water, our boats in international waters? And Reagan did what? I'll just bond you. You're going to come after me, I'll come after you. And did we hear anything from Gaddafi after that? Not a word. Not a word. It showed in there again that right off the bat, and I think this was in the middle of President Reagan's administration. He's in a meeting with Gorbachev, and Gorbachev said, well, look, I don't like this missile defense initiative you're pushing, and Reagan just said, well, this meeting is over, and walked out and said, we're not going backwards, we're going forward. And with strength, that's how we get peace in this nation. And peace in this world is by strength, not by weakness of this country. And I think that's why we're sick and tired of where we're at. You probably have now heard that, a year ago, no one was talking, the national media wasn't talking about the Tea Party. Boy, they were excited. Hey, we got it going. The liberal agenda, socialistic agenda that we've got, we have got it made. Well, let me just tell you. We said we've been silent long enough. And the silent majority has now said we will take our country back. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he said, this is about a month ago, I guess. He said, Mike, you won't believe where my dad is at. He is the most non-political person I've known. Well, I said, where is he at? He said, he's in Washington, D.C. He said, there's a Glenn Beck thing going on up there. And I said, well, did your dad get his way paid? He said, no, he used his own money to go up there. And I said, well, what's the deal? And he said, I fought for my country in Vietnam, and I want to take my country back. And so that's what he's doing. Now, let me just tell you, you probably have heard now for the last couple of months how weird these Tea Party people are, how horrible they are, you know why the media is doing that? Because they are scared. They are scared. They tried going after every single thing. Wendy's got a constitution. They go after us in church, Christians. There's church and state. There's a separation of church and state. You Christians shouldn't be talking about this stuff. We shouldn't have morality and laws. You shouldn't be doing that. In the Constitution, it does not say separation of church and state.
Right.
It doesn't say that at all. And we've allowed them to say what's in the Constitution instead of reading it ourselves. And I appreciate that I've got a congressman that'll pull that out, Rodney, and I've got David that'll pull that out of their jacket, because they abide by the Constitution of this country. And maybe that's where we ought to be going back to next. So over the next 17 days, don't listen to the media. Well, maybe you ought. And then get mad, and then go out and vote, and make sure your neighbors vote. And I don't care if you've got somebody in Arkansas, tell them to go vote. Get on Facebook, get on whatever you need to, but we have got to take this country back. It starts With us, it starts in 17 days. And we're going to party. And then, as Kay said, and Wendy says, keep our feet to the fire. Let me just tell you, my friends in Washington, they should have thrown the Republicans out because we weren't doing what we said we were going to do. And we have, Wendy, we listen. And my Republican friends, this time, there are no earmarks by any Republicans in the Congress. And they just said enough is enough. And they have listened to the American people, and they're going to try to do what they're supposed to be doing. And keep our feet to the fire. Do not let it end in 17 days. 17 days is just the beginning, not the end. Thank you for what you do. Get stronger, get better, and get out and vote. Thank you.